Aloha! Please kokua and help us reach new viewers by subscribing to our HUOA YouTube page. Look for the red subscribe button on the bottom right. It's free. Your subscription supports our mission to share Uchinanchu Aloha around the world. Also, don't forget to give our videos a thumbs up. Mahalo and yuta surugutu urige sabira.
The Hawaii United Okinawa Association's virtual Okinawan Festival is made possible thanks to donations from viewers like you. Mahalo and ippe nihe debiru.
Hi, Ty!
Hi, Ty! Hello, everybody!
Hi, Bree!
So nice to see you, Courtney.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're really excited to be here. And Brianne, my lovely co-host, it's been a while since we've had you on the show.
Yes, can you believe we're on episode 61?
Wow, that's been a long time. And super exciting for tonight's guest because it's like full circle now.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, we have our housekeeping for all of those joining us on YouTube and Facebook. So please don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Click that little button. You'll get reminders anytime we have new content or a live stream. And don't forget to comment and let us know where you're coming in from. So I'm sure we have some of our regulars in the house already.
Yes, Janine, thank you very much. Always supporting us. You're the best.
Oh, David, thank you, DJ. Thank you for coming to help set up before you had to rush back home.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, of course, continue to please comment where you're tuning in from. And we are going to be sharing our donate page of our new website that we'll be talking about later today. We did have our Purple Blast that was sent today, but please do take a look at our website. There's been a huge team that has helped us put it together, and so it's definitely looking a little different. The functionality is definitely the same, but it's really a testament to how our community from all over, I want to say, the nation, the world came together to help us put it together. So please take a look and feel free to check out also our donate section where you're able to support programs just like this.
Yes, so HUA.org. So the address hasn't changed, as you can see on the screen. And then, of course, we have the donate button there. So if you're inclined to do so, any little bit helps. We really appreciate it. And to all of those who have continued to support us, especially during these past few years, we really appreciate it. We can't tell you enough how helpful it's been to help keep these programs going. While the COVID situation, it gets better, and then we're kind of like, oh, maybe not yet, but being able to continue to bring Yuntaku Live into everyone's homes and the rest of HUA's programming is just really precious to us. So ippe nihe debiru to all of our donors. And since we're on the new website, so it's still HUA.org, but it just has a new look and feel, easier to navigate. We have some of our upcoming events showcased on the very front page, as well as what's also really important is people always ask us, we have a beautiful facility, right? And now that events are starting to take place again, how do they rent the hall? So all of that kind of information is also available right on the homepage. But most importantly, what's also there is if you go to News and Events tab, you can find all of our upcoming events. And so we have a couple that we want to highlight this evening. So Senior Fair is coming up on June 17th, and this is going to be during the day here at the Hawaii Okinawa Center. I believe we're still accepting applications for vendors who want to participate during the Senior Fair, but we also want to make sure you mark it on your calendar to attend, because this is a free event to the public and the community where, if you have taking care of your parents or grandparents, aging, seniors, you want to find out about how to care for seniors, things like that. All these resources, wonderful resources, will be available during the Senior Fair. So please come check us out. And I do hear that if Pat may be rustling up some volunteers to be dropping some andagi. So they might have some andagi for sale that day too. So, if you're getting some andagi cravings, you can check out the Okinawa Center on Friday, June 17th.
Yes, most definitely. It's really exciting to know that, we were talking about senior fair, of course, back in 2020, 2019, and it's been so long that we were able to gather, our older generation to have all of these really fun workshops. And so that's going to be a very exciting event and a huge milestone for our organization. So that's again on June 17th. But we also have another event that's going to be held at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Coral Ballroom. And so this is our Legacy Awards Banquet. And again, on July 24th. So this is a very, very special event to our organization where we're able to acknowledge some individuals that really left an lasting impact to our Okinawan community. And so this year we have Dr. Mark Mugiishi, Jane Sarakaku, and Paul Yonamine. And so it's definitely a special group of people. And so we're really excited to be able to get back to the Hilton and be able to celebrate and see everybody. And we have a great lineup of performers. And so I hope you all are able to join us for that. Jacob is showing our website where you're able to get the tickets there. And so feel free to, again, visit the events page where you're able to purchase tickets right from our website.
And besides, Senior Fair and Legacy, those are awesome events. But I think what everyone is really excited for this year is Okinawan Festival. We are so excited to be coming back live in person. So please, if you haven't already, mark your calendar Saturday and Sunday, September 3rd and 4th, which is Labor Day weekend. We are planning to be back at the convention center. And we're just so excited.
Oh, I am so excited. I mean, I don't even know how many months away, but I am so excited just to, relive all of the exciting, the memories, the food, and to be able to see everybody in the same place is going to be really exciting. So, of course, we're looking forward to all of the performers, the food that you all love, and the bon dance, of course. And so please stay tuned and mark your calendars for that very exciting event later in September.
And also, those of you who are part of our 50-member clubs, please, check in with your club presidents or your booth captains, because we will need all hands on deck. The last Yuntaku Live episode, Clarice was on and really pleading with everyone to please, if you can and are able to, come out and volunteer, because we did take a break for 2 years. So it's kind of like we're kind of trying to get everyone back into gear and remembering what we used to do. We were like a well-oiled machine back in 2019, and we had to take this little break. So, re-recruit your club members, and it's a good time to even bring the next generation, your younger members and your families, to come and help work a shift during the festival. So, we will also be making that call out for volunteers. So, thank you in advance, because really it's because of our members and your dedication to volunteering that we're really able to put on the Okinawan Festival for all of these people, both visitors and locals alike.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Okay, so Bree, I'm pretty excited for our guest tonight.
Yeah, Courtney did kind of mention that it's full circle, and we kind of wanted to talk about that tonight. But, we have a very special guest near and dear to our heart, but also our first ever Yuntaku guest. And we were talking about it, and that was back in April of 2020.
Yeah, so why don't we go ahead and bring on Kenton Odo sensei. Hi, Ty.
Nah, no need.
There we go. Oh my God.
Troublemaker.
Okay, so Kenton was our very first Yuntaku Live guest on episode 1 over 2 years ago, and we have a screenshot of him, DJ, and Lynn during the very first episode. And we have made leaps and bounds in terms of the improvements in technology from the very first Yuntaku episode.
Yeah, so hopefully we get to see a screenshot later on. But yeah, it's amazing that, a lot of the donations, a lot of the volunteers that have helped, throughout the last 2 years have helped us get to where we are today, and we're able to talk with people like Kenton Sensei and everything that they've been able to accomplish, not only before the pandemic but through the pandemic as well. And so we have definitely a lot of exciting news, a lot of updates that have happened, and so it's exciting to bring you on again. So thank you again, Kenton Sensei, for
Oh,
joining
thank
us.
you. It's pretty exciting because I watch, the more recent ones. I go, wow, it's like pro. Like now I'm nervous to be on here. Before, well, the first episode was, yeah, just come into the living room, talk story and all that kind of stuff. And then in my living room again, but it's like way nicer now. We were just worried about internet connection and, the lag and all of that stuff. And it's very impressive from our humble beginnings, right?
Yes, but you were definitely a part of that and helping us kind of like trial and error, troubleshoot how to even get, the first Yuntaku Live episode going and like even just trying to figure out how you're gonna play and if we can get the music right and if everything's gonna come through. And I'm seeing all these comments come up where I think a lot of these people they were our viewers from the very start. I see a lot of familiar names, and plus too, I do want to mention thank you Kenton Sensei because I know Tuesday nights is usually Sanshin practice. So all the students, thank you for tuning in since you have a break from practice tonight.
Yes, so first episode was, quite a bit ago. So we just wanted to give you this proper introduction and let everybody know that everybody, I think, has seen you on stage, but we get to hear a little bit of your story tonight. You are the Shihan on uta-sanshin. I'm sorry, you were able to get your Shihan in uta-sanshin in 2010 and your Shihan in Kucho in 2020. But you are... what is your title in? You are one of the leaders, of Ryukyu Koten Afuso Ongaku Kenkyu Choichikai USA, the Hawaii chapter. And so definitely somebody that I think everybody recognizes on stage. You've been just a huge part of our Geino community. And so I just wanted to let everybody know that, again, we have someone so special with us and to be able to share his story and hear really his humble beginnings. And so let's definitely talk about that all tonight.
Okay, well, a lot has happened just from our first episode too, right? So
Yeah.
like,
So let us know what's been going on this past 2 years.
yeah, I did get my Kucho Shihan, which I rarely talk about, and I still won't talk about it. Anyway, but I did get two, which I'm super excited about. Is I did get two Kyoshi, so licensed Sanshi instructors under me. So that's my first two. So one is Bob Yonohara in Maui, and the other is John Hewitt here in on Oahu. That was 2020. My oldest daughter graduated from Oregon State University in 2020. No graduation. We missed her hula and all of that in the Hawaii club. She was supposed to do Tahitian and everything. So we were so excited. We had tickets, everything. We had like how many trips planned that year and couldn't go anywhere. And then Kobe graduated from high school, from Pro City High School in 2020, drive-by graduation. And then in 2021, we had virtual konkuru. So Shimpo had virtual konkuru. And we had like, I forget, 30 something people total from Hawaii and Los Angeles who took from our club.
Someone on the screen was also one of those.
Yes, she was.
Right?
So we had 7. I had 7 that passed Shinjin-sho, the first test, of which Brianne was one of them. And she can say she was one of the first ladies to ever pass under me because other than that, I only had guys. Show, which is huge. And even bigger than that, one Psycho Show person, right? That was John Hewitt who passed Psycho Show. And then I also had 3 Shinjin Show Kucho players who passed that first level exam. So we're just waiting for Courtney's turn now to, she will be left out.
Man.
Oh, now he's calling you out in front of
Now
everybody.
it's Courtney's turn. She's one of our members too.
So yes, I
Yeah, write
guess
some
full
comments.
disclosure,
Leave
we
us some
should let the audience know that Bree and I are both Afuso members. Aea Dojo, which is Kenton Sensei as well as Jun Sensei. So we are members, and he is our sensei. So we'll try to stay in line, I guess.
Yeah. No, I don't think we really talked about. Did we talk about konkuru on Yuntaku? Maybe we did, but since Kenton Sensei is on, you know, it was an amazing experience, and I think a lot of people that do it in Okinawa, get the full experience. And Kenton Sensei really wanted to give us the most realistic experience as possible. So, not only were we going to his house, with our masks, of course, every week to practice. I think maybe about a month going into the test, he just was taking, private lessons, and almost every day I felt like 24/7 he had someone at his house, and it's the same song over and over. And so he just a patient person. I can't even imagine how his family must have felt just seeing how many people come and play the same song over again, but really just the most amazing mentor and teacher to be able to help us and make it so that we had a very fulfilling and fun and real experience, as real as we could get here in Hawaii. And so I think everybody is very appreciative that you were able to do that for us. So thank you to you and all of the other senseis.
Thank you very much. But we have really wonderful students, so we're very fortunate, very blessed. We don't have to worry. Everybody studies hard. But
Okay,
like how
so
I
let's
started.
Wait, let's see if we can throw up the photos so that we can start talking through. So this is the screenshot from the first episode. So I'm pretty sure you guys can see on your TVs the difference in the resolution, everyone's lighting, even like our overlay and our fancy backgrounds now. Like we have green screens. I mean, all kinds of stuff. I told Kenton he should have wore the same shirt, but he said no, because then you guys would think he never bocha for 2 years. So. But this was our very first episode, and then then the next photo, I think we have the flyer for. So we are going to be talking about Kenton's recital tonight, but before we wanted to do that, we realized that even though he was our very first guest on Yuntaku Live, we really didn't get into talking about Kenton and his journey. So we wanted to do that a little bit first before we go into the details about the concert. So yeah, Kenton, why don't you because I think people who don't know will be very surprised.
I haven't been playing Sanshin since I was a child. I started actually in college, and I just started because I wanted to learn more about my Okinawan culture, because I'm half Japanese, half Okinawan. My mom's side is the Okinawan, the Takara side. So same, Oroku Azajin. And just so happens that Sanshin became the venue to get into that, into the Okinawan community, I guess. It's so funny because my sister used to dance Okinawan dance and things like that, but I never really paid attention to any of that. First time I went to Sensei's house, and I was just checking it out, whatever. But I had to. He told me, no, you got to come inside, and then okay, I sit in the back, right? Like, and this was the days when he didn't have many people, so it was in his garage and everything. And then I would have to. Then he said, no, here's the Sanshin. You got to try. I say, what? Okay, whatever. And then I started. And then the first time I went to visit my grandma, or the next time I went to visit my grandma, I didn't know my mother had talked to her. So the regular visit and everything like that. She's already passed and stuff. And but she gave me my grandfather's Sanshin. She said, I heard you playing Sanshin. If you're playing Sanshin, you should use your grandfather's Sanshin. And I was like, chicken skin right now. I was like, what? Like, because I didn't know he played. I knew he sang, but he used to sing enka when I was growing up. So my mom's mom died when she was only 8 years old. So the grandma I know is actually her stepmom, but that's the only grandma I knew. Or all my cousins, for that matter. Um, and she married this man with 9 children. It was so crazy, yeah. But anyway, she's an awesome lady. But she told me you gotta use your grandfather's sanshin. Apparently, he had stopped playing when my mom's mom passed away. That's why I never saw, nobody really saw him play sanshin. So all of a sudden I felt like I had to play, like it was a obligation. Like, this is a sign, like I gotta play. Yeah, so so with under Grant Sanda, he's now known as Masandu, right? Masandu Sensei. Um, that's how I started my humble beginnings. And believe it or not, I never sang for 2 years. My first 2 years.
Wait. So you were learning uta-sanshin, but you were only playing
No, I was
sanshin.
learning sanshin.
You didn't coming from okay, so this is funny because anyone watching from our class knows Kenton is always the one saying it's called uta-sanshin. Uta comes first because uta is the singing and that is more important than playing the sanshin.
You are correct. So it took me about 2 years before I started at least moving my lips. So it wasn't until really and when I used to play at Bon dances almost every weekend too, and then the drummers just go, "Hey, I saw you moving your lips today." So hey, getting closer, but they can hear us. So it wasn't until I went to Okinawa in 1993. So I started in '89, and then it wasn't until 1993 that I went to Okinawa, and I didn't on that Kempi Ryugakusei scholarship, right? So the Okinawan government sponsored, right? So they pay for everything to go on this 1 year scholarship. And you know what? I didn't want to go. I couldn't speak Japanese. I learned when I was a little kid. I had it in high school, but the School of Architecture, we got waived of that requirement to have foreign language. I wanted to take, but it was every day, and our curriculum was too tough. But anyway, my senior year in college, we had an architecture forum, and it was to Buffalo, New York, and it would have been the first architecture forum that was international. So you go Buffalo, you can go to Canada, right? Toronto's right there. Anyway, we cut class 4 days early. We went to Manhattan, a group of us, and then that was the first time I ever traveled like by myself, right? Because I'm the oldest of 5 children. So after my little brothers and sisters, were born, we didn't go anywhere, right? So the last time I went on an airplane to the mainland, I was 8 years old when I went to Disneyland, and that was it, right? So here I am, 22 years old, and then I go to New York of all places, right? I thought I was gonna get mugged at every corner and all of that. It was the most wonderful experience. I thought, man, this world is not so small after all. And I came home and I told Sanda Sensei, okay, 1 year, I'm gonna go. And so I went, not knowing how to speak Japanese or anything. But the people in Okinawa, they're just so friendly and everything. I mean, I have so many more stories, can take forever to tell them all. But so many stories. We were on Keizu last weekend too, right? Chikako Nago knows my story because, back then she was going out with Hiromichi still yet. Yeah, they weren't married yet. So whenever I used to go over and she used to hear us talk stories, she used to bust out laughing because all the pigeon comes out and everything and all that kind of stuff. And she used to get a real good kick out of that. And she heard all my stories, all my cultural shock stories and all of that. But Okinawa is where it's just a warm, friendly place. I mean, not just that it's a beautiful island and everything. And I couldn't lie to everybody. Go, oh, which beach is better, Okinawa or Hawaii? I go, Hawaii.
Really?
Way better. I mean, you cannot say Ala Moana. Come on, you gotta be other beaches then. But that's where I found my voice, and it was doing koten music. And I got so many opportunities. That time, the timing I was there was just unbelievable. Timing is everything, right? And for me, that timing I went, like I had to just to go to Okinawa, right? Their school year starts in April. And here I was in my last semester in college. What am I gonna do? So I ended up talking to all the deans of all the different places that I was still taking electives and stuff like that. And then fortunately enough, everybody thought it was a wonderful opportunity. And all I had to do was write reports home. Even the final test, he mailed it to me. The final exam, I filled it out, sent it back, and all of that. And then I graduated while I was in Okinawa. The only unfortunate thing about that was I'm also the first grandchild on my dad's side to go to college.
Oh.
I didn't walk. So my grandpa didn't get to see that. But, it was an invaluable experience to go there and do that. And you got to think now, this was 1993. Never have Windows 95, Never have email, never have internet. Still had long distance telephone call from the green phone. I had to actually write reports and mail them home in like their equivalent of FedEx, just to turn in all those things on time. It's crazy. But yeah, that experience, I got to, the timing again, right? Didn't have many young people doing classical music, right? Not many young people doing koten. So it was and Sensei, Terukina Sensei, was all about the young people because he knew that was the future, right? So he gave us so many opportunities, just unbelievable. I'm so lucky that I got to do so many things, and he would push us to do things, and you'll see some of that in some of the pictures. And I met so many Okinawan moms.
I wanna see. Well, I mean, I've seen it, getting ready for tonight. But let's show everyone what Kenton looked like in 1993. I think we have some photos. So this is at Gaydai, right?
I look the same.
Yeah. No, Bria and I are like, oh, wait, Kobe. No, wait, that's Kenton.
So crazy.
Very young, yes.
Same smile.
So that
this one you look
Shinjin-sho.
like Kobe.
This was Shinjin-sho actually, the day of the test. So Sanda Sensei came down and supported us. Had 1, 2, 3 of us over there, 4 including me, who took the test from Hawaii. So yeah, that was special too. And even Sensei, look how young Terukina Sensei too, with his permed hair that time.
All 3 of you very young in this photo.
And thinner.
I didn't say that. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get. Hey, Sanda Sensei's watching. We're gonna get in trouble. Oh, okay, wait. So
We had
can
the Kalani
you
graduation.
explain?
It's okay.
Oh, okay. Can you? Okay, so
How's
this
little
I
girl
think you said is
graduating?
at Tsunahiki, right, in Naha.
Yes, I was super fortunate. My other Okinawan mom, because I have how many Okinawan moms, right? Including Terukina Sensei's wife, right? We affectionately call Mama, and had this other lady, Midori Nakamine. I should say Midori Nakamine Sensei because that's what she is. But for me, at the time, she was just just like another Okinawan mom to me, and her husband too. And they were super involved in the this ceremony before the Tsunahiki starts. And we're so lucky. I was so lucky they asked me to help. Too bad you cannot see the things because I used to help out at the shop because they had this like kimono and dogu shop. Like, so they would make all the even that staff, and they would make even the hanagasa and all the things for the dance stuff. Yeah. So they were involved in this thing, and I got to be a part of it. So I had to do a little kata thing, and this is still on the ground. Because after we're done, then the guy in the back does all the fancy stuff. That's like the king, right? So either amawari or gosamaru, right? So after we finish that, then everybody else got to pick us up over the Tsunahika and walk us all the way to the center. And that's where the 2 kings come up and do their battle, right? And then we go all the way back, and then we're done. And then they start the Tsunahiki. But I got to do that for 2 years, I think. 2 years, 3 years, I think. Super lucky.
It's amazing.
This, since this is relevant right now because we're talking about Taikai, right? This was actually the second Taikai, so 1995. Now it's still in Okinawa. So, Terukina Dojo again, right? We got to be a part of it, but we also got to include other people that came on the tour from Hawaii because they had like Calvin, Nakama, and stuff like that who were, just happened to be there. So they joined us on and played some songs too. So that was at the convention center in Ginawa that we outgrew, right? Because now we're at the Cellular Stadium, right?
You look so stylish.
I know your shirt.
I don't know, like the white pants and the slick hair.
Some Dave Arcao vibes.
Oh,
But I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
don't go all the way back, I'm gonna start talking about head. You guys not gonna know, but the people around my age gonna know. That wasn't just any white pants, That was deep.
were those Cavaricis or something?
You guys not even know what.
Free doesn't even know what that is.
You gotta go look them up on the internet. And Sensei started this thing called Tobe, uta-sanshin 21 seki, which was like fly to the 21st century because it was 1994. And this one was 1995, but 96 because I was in 3 of them. So he started this thing, first time ever, all young people. Nobody has like any kind of like kyoshi or like teacher license certification or anything. And he made one whole concert for us that we put on. Like we did solos, we did like hard jikata, and even the dancers, because at that time had people from all over the place, right? For that Kempi scholarship. So whether they were from Geidai or Ryudai, if they came to the Terukina dojo, they were put in this concert at the end of the year. So it was in April. So that's just when they finish up their Kempi scholarship, right?
Oh,
And then they perform in this thing that Terukina sensei put on, and all the senpai help, and it's like amazing how all these people come together for us, right? Because like, wouldn't they want to perform? But like, since it was like way ahead of his time and did this thing, young people. And this picture you see now is from the Kumyudui Shushin Kaneri. And yes, I look like a girl, yeah, but no, that's not. They do that so they say way back, the Ryukyu Kingdom, whatever, like Okinawans were like how should I say it in a nice way? They like everybody to be on the same level. How's that? So if you're higher in stature, they like bring you down. So if you were somebody's first son or something, to ensure that your lineage or whatever, if you're getting to high makamaka, I guess, right? They're gonna take you out. So, or take out the son, right? Then the family gonna die, right? So that kind of thing. So anyway, the way they said it was they dressed you up like a girl so that they wouldn't think you were somebody's, chonang or whatever, right? Walking. This guy's trying to walk this Wakamatsu from Nakagusu, and then he making his way to Shuri, but it was dark and he couldn't get there in time, so he had to go seek refuge someplace, or scared, right? So because he's supposed to be like 13 years old or whatever, and then this cougar is like hitting on him. No, but that's what the Shushin Kaneri really about. If you tell it in that kind of terms, it might make it exciting. Everybody want to watch the cougar.
is that the one with the lady and the bell, and then she turns into
Yes,
like
the one.
she goes crazy?
The cougar, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
It is though.
I
need to
Because
see
it's an
this.
older woman. And you
See,
can
so
tell
Kenton
because
makes
she's wearing the
Kumyudui
blue-
sound
the
super
blue
exciting, right?
But anyway, he made us do that. That was Terukina Sensei. He goes, you know what? I think you guys should do a Kumyudui. Like, what? Had to memorize all the lines and everything. And like, Sensei, how you gonna say you and Sanshin guy too? How you say we gonna do that and you gonna teach us? And then so he brought like when Kumyudui like expert, all this kind of stuff, and to how help us do the singing, all that how you do the serifu, right? And then he would teach us dance too, like dance teacher, but he would say, okay, you gotta do like this, do like this. And then of course I had plenty of dance friends, so I watched so much dance in Okinawa, and learned a lot. But yeah, that was one of the things I had to do. That's the kind of stuff Terukina Sensei would do. But this is in 2010. Was the 20th anniversary actually of that Tobe. or the 20th time they did it or whatever, right? So this was in Okinawa, and the guy right next to me is Tomokuni Terukina. So that's Sensei's second son. So we were like super good friends. Like he was one of the guys who, when I went there, he wasn't there yet. He was still in Chiba. And then he made his way down during my first year. And his third son, yeah, Tomoyuki, he would run away from home and everything. So that's why I was like totally with Terukina Sensei. And he treated me like his son. Like he would take me everywhere. On the weekends and stuff, he would call me over. I would have special class just with him. And sometimes he's studying and I would like study with him. It was like amazing. But when Tomo came home, he would take me home after practice because we would finish at our practice from 8 to 10. And then sometimes after 10 o'clock, Sensei wants to go drink coffee and talk story. So, okay, we go, right? That place is no longer outside itself. Now there's an apartment building. But before, there was this place called Bupen. And we used to go there, and it was a little kisaten. And then we used to drink coffee, talk story. And then it's later and later, right? I get school the next day, whatever. And then he make Tomo go drive me home in his Lincoln Continental. Yeah, a Yakuza car in Okinawa. And then we would talk story for hours because it would take that long to tell a 5-minute story. That's why in my movies. And then he tried and he tried to figure out, and I used the same words to describe different things. And with his help, like we got close. But that's how I was able to learn a lot of Japanese too. I was different, I guess. I didn't really hang around all the other Kempi, the Kempi Ryugaku, the other scholarship. I totally just went full Okinawan. I was always at the dojo and stuff like that.
Oh, their sensei with your family.
When they were younger, that's why I included this but my children are not home to see how young they were. And that next to Kobe, because you not even look, you guys might not even recognize Kobe. You got Kyler, the tallest of the young boys, and the one in the middle with the black shirt, that's Tomofumi. He performed there a couple times with us too. And he's Tomo. Well, I affectionately call him Tomo, but Tomokuni Sensei's first son.
Oh my goodness. This is so cute to see them this young. Aww.
This was in 2010. This
This
was
was Shihang.
when I received my Shihang. And I was so surprised. 2010 is when we went back for that. Well, yeah, that performance. We had booked. We did a tour. We did a performance in Okinawa. Our Hawaii group, right? First time ever that we did something like that. We made a tour out of it, and we had book-in performances. So when we first got there, we had to go rehearsal already. The next day we arrived. Terukina Sensei's, I forget, 50th anniversary something, and then had Tobe, that 20th anniversary one. And then at the last night, we had this performance, only foreigners, right? Only from Hawaii and LA, or Choichikai, Hawaii and LA. And we performed at the old Shimpo. That one got torn down now. If you go back to Okinawa, when you see the new one. But it was full house, like, I don't know, they never have like fire department come by because had people standing in the stairs, sitting, like it was standing on the walls of the place and everything, you know. And it was packed. And they said the cool thing about that was they said, you know, it wasn't about how good or bad we were or anything like that. It was how much that we showed that we loved the Okinawan culture, the music and everything. And that kind of stuck with me. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, everybody just because, you know, well, one, people don't smile in Okinawa. But like we on stage, you know, when we do the fast songs, right? Everybody on stage think Ashibina or whatever, and you know, everybody you got smile, you know. And there's a term for that in Okinawa too, when we play these other things, these fast songs that Terukina Sensei made. Because Tomokuni Sensei, he would always say, you gotta make Kenton smile, Kenton smile. Because they don't smile. You know what's my theory on that? Maybe I shouldn't say about this thing.
All your students are watching.
That's why I only let's put it this way. I always have my parents send me American toothpaste.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The time I got the Shihang, I didn't know I was gonna get it like that. They made this reception at the Orion Hotel. I didn't know, it was a surprise. and then yeah, they presented it that time, so that was very special. Um, I included this picture. I think it was 2014 or something. But this was one of the last times we performed with the guy on left of me. That is Terukina Tomoyuki Sensei, and that's Sensei's third son. Not too long after that, he was in a fatal car accident. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I spent a lot of time with him. We worked together too because I used to work at this place because I couldn't speak Japanese good, or I couldn't read. I had to teach myself a lot of kanji and stuff like that. But like I used to work hard labor. After my first year, I was able to get my family visa. On my Okinawa side, I'm still third generation. So when you go to Oroku Shiakusho, or the city hall, right? When we looked up my Koseki Tohon, right, my family register, nobody went back and ever said that my grandpa passed away, right? So the register
Oh.
I could still get it. So I had to get that,
Wow.
and I had to get my mom's birth certificate, her marriage license, my birth certificate to trace back to me. And then once you do that, they help you get your visa.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Right,
try
right.
any other visa, they give you a hard time. But when you try family visa, then and you get it, it's indefinite. So if I'm
Ah.
Sansei, I got to renew every year. And I just show the same documents they stamp, boom, boom, one more year, one more year, one more, and indefinite. There's no end to it. Um, from Yonsei, you're gaijin in, so you cannot get the family visa.
Oh,
But
shucks.
I was able to work, right, legally, right? I was able to work because there was a time when I was homeless and jobless, right, incomeless, between the end of the scholarship and when I got my visa. That was a pretty funky time. I mean, I had to stay with a friend who was leaving, and so I just paid rent after they were gone already and just finish it out. And then um, and it was in Kume. I don't know if you guys know where that. I mean, not Kume. It was Akebono. Um, and from there, like, there's hardly any bus. It's like industrial area. And sometimes I wait an hour and the bus no come. I forget already. I just gonna walk. So I used to walk over. You know that big bridge, the Dragon Bridge, the in Tomari, in Naha.
Mm.
We get one super tall bridge. I used to walk over that, come down right in Tsuji, Wakasa, and then I keep walking to Terukino. And that's how I used to go practice. I used to
Oh, to go
walk.
to the dojo. Oh my gosh.
Like, and I had to
Well,
save money anyway. That's why. But yeah, that was a trippy time.
I think we have a few more
This
photos. This.
this one was with Danny Noe, right? When we went with Nakasone Sensei, when she got her National
Oh.
Endowment of the Arts
Mm-hmm.
award, and that foundation, you cannot use recorded music, so it had to be live music. So Nakasone Sensei, we're so fortunate that she asked us to go and play. And then the other one, hey, interesting story. You know, at that meeting with Senator Inoue, do you know he can sing Okinawan music? Because he said he grew up listening to it. So
Oh.
he started just singing a cappella, Kudaka. Kudaka manju shu. I was like, oh, wow. I tried to do a voice memo for it though, but you can barely hear it on top there. But amazing. I was like, wow, this guy unreal, man. He was super sharp.
Oh, that's cool.
The Honolulu Festival, the first time we did it, I think this Chibario and this Tomokuni sensei over there, and Tomoyuki sensei, so they were both there. 20,
And we call this
yeah,
the Kikaida
14.
outfits.
Yeah, affectionately known as the Kikaida outfit. This was with the Prime Minister Abe at the time.
I think
That's how
this was 2017,
yeah, I think so.
around there. Yeah.
And Chris was
And then you
working.
folks
Chris
actually
couldn't
got
go.
to perform, right?
Yeah, we performed a couple numbers. We did the kids and I performed. We did like Mensode or something like that. And then I think it was had one dance number that we had to play Chikata for, I think too. That's why.
Wow. Yeah, like
super
so
great.
many awesome opportunities that you've had. And then I think we
Because of
have
Sanshin, because otherwise I would never have these opportunities.
because you decided to stay in Okinawa longer than you were supposed to.
And
Okay, so
this
this
was our
is this Kennedy
2019.
or at Carnegie?
This is at Kennedy Center in DC. So this whole trip was an unbelievable experience. I will go perform again, but I won't help put it on again. It was too much work. I got shingles because of it and everything. Kennedy Center, same like the 2010 trip, right? This 2019 trip, we started with Kennedy Center and we ended with Carnegie Hall. Like, what the heck were we doing? But this is all to celebrate Terukina Sensei's 88th birthday. Yeah, his Tokachi. So yeah, so we performed at the Kennedy Center, and Sensei was playing Nakafu in this photo, and Lisa Saroka got to play koto, which is cool for her too.
And this is
I should have
so
gave the other
actually
picture, yeah, but you wouldn't have shown it, yeah, if I gave it to you.
no, actually, you know what's
With you
crazy?
dancing,
What?
with you dancing and
No,
singing.
no, thank you. No, those.
I should share
But
from
this
my
is the
computer
first
then,
time. I don't know that I saw this photo before,
it's
so I was like, oh
funny.
my gosh, they
Dressed
look
up in
cool.
her
Oh
Kikara, you know.
my god.
And then we ended this concert. We caught a bus and we did it at Carnegie Hall in their I guess medium theater. And that's too much. That was crazy. That's when I first met Bree. Not at this concert, but at our last fundraiser we did in March 2019, and she was helping backstage. Too bad we never meet her earlier. She could have performed with us too.
She could have came with us.
Totally.
So see, you gotta plan another Carnegie so Bree can come with us and play at
You guys
Carnegie.
plan it, and then I go.
Okay, so yes, I'm glad we got to like go through your journey because I think for a lot of people, they probably didn't know. They probably thought all these years that you were one of those kids that started playing from super young time, which is how you got super good. But really, you were like college student trying to figure out whether or not you're gonna go Okinawa even, and then you end up staying there. So I know everyone's waiting. They were like, well, when is Kenton gonna actually play music? So I know one of the things is that because of the journey and how you started playing Sanshin, right? You actually didn't like most of us. We start learning ahabushi like when you first start learning Sanshin, and everybody wants to learn how to play minyo, right? The fast songs, because that's the stuff that you see at Bon Dance and you hear like Terukina Sensei playing Mensore, so you think so cool. So like, but you didn't really learn that stuff till later. So what was you wanted to share like your first fast song, right?
Yeah. So, the first, because nobody knows this. Maybe I don't even know if Masandu Sensei remembers, but the first fast song that I ever learned from him back in 1989-90, right, was Yudang Shiruna. I'm teaching this to my Tuesday class right now.
Are you gonna sing or are you gonna sing like how you did when you first started?
Chris, oh, that's a good idea. Chris said, are you gonna play like how you first started or like how you do it now? Then I don't need to sing.
No, we want the uta-sanshin version, please.
I'll just play a few verses from it.
I love that. Can't imagine that being your first fast song. I mean, I thought
No, I was
Nansore was
itching
hard, but
so hard. I wanted to play one fast song. But I never sing them anyway, so it's just.
I get excuse now.
No! You can sing it now.
Oh,
That's when I start
no.
singing and I'm doing air senshin.
Oh, yep. Oh man. So I know everybody was anxiously waiting for you to be able to perform your first song, but you can definitely look forward to a very special event that's going to happen later this year. It's a long time coming, and I do remember walking down Pro City Cultural Center 2 years ago now, because of your Doku-enkai that was going to happen, and so. Like a lot of events, he postponed it to 2021, and here we are in 2022. And so it's a very exciting event that's going to bring a lot of people together, and it's going to be at the Pearl City Cultural Center on Saturday, July 9th. And so we wanted to talk about that, kind of how it came to be and what people can expect when they're able to attend your concert.
Well, I wasn't very excited to do it. Because actually, why do a Doku-enkai, right? I remember when Sanda Sensei did his, and he was the first one to ever do a Doku-enkai in Hawaii, right? And, people don't know why. Yeah, I had to tell many people why Sanda Sensei is doing it. Because to me, it's like, why a Doku-enkai? And, the things that go through my mind is like, who you think you are that you gotta do one solo concert? No, because I think the same thing. But it's not something that I conjured up or anything like that. Actually, it's Terukina Sensei who said, and Sanda Sensei as well. He said, "You must do," and that's it. You cannot say no already. It wasn't a question. And in Okinawa, when I was living there, right, I seen a few Doku-enkai, and I kind of want to fashion this one kind of sort of like that. But Doku-enkai, once you reach Shihan, there's nothing else. I mean, unless you consider Ningen Kokoho, but that's not gonna, that's something else. But as far as any kind of certification that you can take, that's it already. Shihan is that's it already. Like American people think like, okay, well, if so and so is not here, then do you move up? I go, no, that's it. That's it. Shihan. That's the highest there is already, right? Maybe in English we can make up different titles for it, but in Okinawa, that's it. Shihan, and all the Okinawan arts, it's a lifelong study, is what I learned living in Okinawa. In America, we want everything instant, right? Want to hurry up, get to the next level, do this, do that, do this. But what I found in Okinawa is, no, always get tomorrow, right? Like, what is that? No, study, pass the test now. But no, it really goes back to how their lifestyle and everything, and how they view the arts. And the arts is like a lifelong journey, a lifelong study. So like Terukina Sensei used to say, you're not going to be the best until you like ready to pass on to the, your next chapter of life, because that's when your song will be the most rich. So he said the Doku-enkai is only capturing this moment in time of where you are in your sanshin journey. Maybe you're going to do a Doku-enkai, I don't know, 30 years from now. Because I don't know when I want to do another one.
At Carnegie Hall.
It'll be different again, just because of your life experiences. Like happiness, what is happiness, right? Happiness to a child of getting a toy, or happiness as a high schooler getting, I don't know, an A on your test, as a young adult, when you're in love, or, when you engage to be married, Brianne. Oh, and congratulations. Happiness means different things, and so does sadness, got different levels of sadness. So like life experiences makes that happen. So, I had to like really reflect and think about, if I gotta do this thing, then what do I want to show? What do I want to do? And I thought about back to when I was coming home from Okinawa. Because why did I come home? I came home because I said I was gonna stay until I took the next test. Because after you pass Shinji Sho, or any test, you gotta wait for Shimpo. You gotta wait 3 years before you can take the next one. And Terukino Sensei told me, if you stay that long, and to Yushusho, Yushusho at that time was 10 songs. And if you can learn those songs, you can go home and you should be able to listen to my tape and you can learn on your own. So that was my goal. I could have stayed to Psycho Show. It was so easy to live in Okinawa. I was poor, making $8 something an hour, but I could totally live there. It was so easy to live in Okinawa. But something told me it was time to go home. And that's why I left on All Saints Day, November 1st. I still remember. I left Okinawa and came home. And in 96. And I came home wanting to lift, how can I lift the sanshin level in Hawaii? I thought about how can I share all this thing that I learned from Terukino Sensei as far as koten and how I fell in love with it. And like, how come we can go to like Broadway play, well, Broadway kind of easy, but like opera or like symphonies and stuff. How come people pay big bucks to go watch these things? Must be something about it, right? I thought Okinawan, like kumyudui, classical music too, like koten and all that. Why we cannot share that same kind of appreciation for it? And to me, it came down to education. Like, if the audience, because I was educated, so I mean, I got education from Terukino Sensei, right? And because I received that, I fell in love with the music. And that's where I found my voice and where I started to sing. And I want to share that. And how I share it, right? I guess, shall we talk about it now?
Yes. Yeah.
Your edutainment?
Edutainment, right? Education and entertainment. Because that's the only way. If it's pure education, come on, education is kind of boring. So if you do it in a way, like, or like even like how I learned it from him, I'll just tell you how I learned it from him, kind of thing, right? Like, tell that story, right? Like what this song is about, what the meaning is. And the thing that blew me away about it was how relevant the meanings of the songs are today. And these songs are like 500 years old. Like, what the heck? Like, it just totally blew my mind. And I want to share that. And hopefully the entertainment, with what I do is entertaining, so it's entertainment. That's the goal. So that's what I'm shooting for, and I'm hoping anybody who's at least a little bit interested, right? I mean, it's not gonna be all cooking. I'm gonna have other stuff too, but like, but that's one thing I always wanted to do, and there's no venue for that in Hawaii, right? Like, because nobody wants to really hear it. I mean, there's no right. Everything is supply and demand, right? Right now, there's no demand. Like, knocking on the door. I want to learn. I want to hear content. Come on. No, number that. So that's part of the edutainment thing. Because if there's not that, then then it's gonna die. I mean, it's gonna be the same way. I mean, before people when had Kashikaki, which is only a 7-minute dance, they go, "Oh, that's the time to go bathroom song." I can make it back in time. It's only 7 minutes, but I guess it felt like forever. I don't know, but that's part of what I want to share, and I hope, if there's some appreciation, that's great. And if you're entertained, that's even better. But just a little bit knowledge, and then hopefully this thing can grow into something bigger. That there's more. Because if you hear it more, then you're gonna start to compare it with other people who sing the same songs, and then the audience is gonna want more or want higher levels of it, I guess, right?
Mm.
Expect more, and then the level will keep on going up, and that's how we
Yeah.
can bring that whole thing up here in Hawaii, right? Because they got to take care of in Okinawa, but like here in Hawaii, it's not, right. They say atarimai, right? It's not, you know, obvious that you're supposed to, like, I mean, look at Mary Monarch, right? I mean, everybody see the hula, oh yeah, it's all Awana stuff, right? But when you see the Kahiko stuff, it has so much power, right? And depth to it, right? And like, and it's because of that education, and then you get to see that and learn, and then then that appreciation comes. You want to see more, and then the level of that gets higher and higher, right? It's kind
It
of like this.
elevates.
I
Yeah.
hope, I hope that this can be some kind of starting point for that.
Oh, I mean, I'm excited for your concert. Like, I can't wait,
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Definitely a long time coming, and so just wanted to share some information for everybody. We've been talking about it, so everybody can definitely get some tickets, and so we're tickets are available on website, and so that website, the link is on our screen right now, but it's also available on the Afuso website as well as our HUOA website, and so you can go to events and find that link there. But they did want to also note that those who already purchased tickets back, in 2020, maybe 2021, those tickets are still being honored, and so please feel free to, of course, check out the website for more information, and please get your tickets before they sell out. And so definitely check that out. So
I think this is going to be such an awesome concert. So Wachimugukuru Utati Katayabira, which is sharing my heart through song, which is exactly what Kenton's been talking about, right? He's just so excited to share. And then so I asked him if he could, we don't want to give away everything from the concert because we want you guys to come to the concert and see everything. But we asked if he would be willing to give a preview and kind of an example of this concept of edutainment. So he selected a number that he wanted to share with everyone tonight to kind of show you folks what he means by edutainment.
Yes. So, yeah, this song is very popular too, even in Okinawa. Even it doesn't even matter what school or style you're from. This is one of the that Afuso is very famous for, and the number is called nakafu. Some of you guys know, some of you don't, but the words, yeah, makutu fituchinu uchi usami nuyudi ikutubanu awan uchuga. And the way Terukira Sensei told it to me, right? Because I wanted to know what the meaning was and all of that. Because the song is like, when he sings it, it's like, is this koten? Is all koten like this? Because it's like unbelievable. Maybe I should have said that afterwards. After I sing the song. Because you might not think so. But but the part that I really like about this meaning and why I always like to do this song too is because and it used to be one of the Yushusho songs, but now it's one of the Saikosho songs. It's because it's that difficult to do. Not only this song has rhythm, which is unusual for koten, but it goes to a range that you gotta sing, and that's this whole thing about the singing. And then when you sing it like that, to me, the meaning really rings true because it talks about like there's one truth, and if everybody lived by this truth, then you know um, basically it's like there would be no conflicts. There would be like world peace kind of thing, like honesty or sincerity or whatever. But actually, it really doesn't say what that truth is. Maybe it's do unto others, or I don't know, right? As you, but it doesn't really say. But it's one truth, and that you got to that they and who knows, maybe it's the meaning of life, right? I don't know, but it doesn't really go into depth about what that is. But it says that if everybody lived by this one truth, then this world would be a better place. So gotta indulge in me because we passed 1 hour.
This is what Yuntaku Live is about. I think everyone's more than happy to stay on to hear you sing more.
Yeah, I gotta move the mic away because small kind. I moved it. Hi. Nakapu. Yo shu yo
Oh.
Wow.
Chicken skin.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. When you first started singing, I was like telling Brie, "Oh my gosh, it's like I can envision Terukina Sensei singing because the first time I heard Terukina Sensei sing Nakafu, I was just like blown away. Like so much like depth and power in the voice. Because I feel like you can't sing Nakafu without doing that. You know, like you can't be timid when you sing Nakafu.
Yeah, you gotta let go, and that's when you think about like the meanings of some of the songs, like, and this one, right? If there's only one truth, then you should be singing that at the top of the hills. You know what I mean? Like you gotta let go, right? So that's the kind of like imagery like I have in my mind when I gotta sing like these kinds of songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so exciting. So we just wanted to give we'll give everybody a reminder at the end, but did you want to share maybe any little tad bits of information that you want to share with the audience tonight that they can look forward to at the concert?
It's gonna be, because I'm gonna kind of do it different. Like some ways, yes, it's like gonna be like Okinawa, where like a Doku-enkai, where I'm pretty much gonna be the only uta-sanshin player until close to the finale. Because, and I will share, because it's rare. My family will be playing with me. So my wife, my 3 kids gonna be playing, because they do, and I'm very fortunate and blessed that they also play. Because I lie. I didn't force any of Chris, Cassie, and Kayla to play. Cassie was actually the first one to ask to play Sanshin, and I was like, really? You really want to learn? Okay, then you got to come to class. Because I don't teach at home. Because Chris used to say, you shouldn't like learn this certain song, and I got to teach her at home. And then she goes, no, I like learn this part. I go, no, you got to learn this part. Oh, we end up fighting, so forget it. I'm not going to teach you. And then the day after Cassie started going and stuff, I don't know if Kayla came first or whatever, and then Chris started coming too. And then during that 2010 performance, that first tour that I told you guys about, we're on stage at Shimpo. It's the last day, right? The last night we're there. And we're all on stage, yeah, singing our songs, like all of us, right? The whole group, Chris, Cassie, Kayla, everybody. And then looking in the first row, okay, Grandpa and Grandma, right? And then Kobe sitting down. And I was thinking, man, it's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And here he is sitting in the audience, right? So I said, leaders at that. Next time we ever have a big event like that, once-in-a-lifetime kind of event again, you're going. I mean, you're going to play something. So in 2014, we got an opportunity to play at the Tokyo National Theater. And that's like the Carnegie Hall of Japan, right? And I said, you going to play Sanshin? Yeah, he played in that one. So, and then, yeah, since then, he's been playing. Much like Courtney, come practice all the time. But they're ready for perform, though.
But Cassie, Kobe, and Chris did get their Shinjin show end of last year, so I'm sure
Same
that was a
with
very
Reed. They all studied together. And unfortunately, because I didn't have enough foresight, because when you make applications in May, they're due in May, and you not everybody wants to know when is the test? When is the test? You go, I don't know. Because Shimpo doesn't give out the date until all the applications are received, and then they can schedule all the, because they do it all, right? All the dance, all the different levels, right? All the sanshin, taiko, fue, kucho, koto. I mean, get choked. So like, we don't know when it's gonna be, and so we didn't apply because I didn't think Caleb was gonna be here. Like she would have to go back to school. So
Oh.
and she would have been able to do it. So this year we applied, and she can do it.
yay!
So it's gonna be in July, end of July, July 27, I think.
Oh my goodness. So they
So
have
that's
to
for
get
on
ready.
record now. So that's for John Itamura too. July 27, Kamira.
Oh.
Shinjin show. We're gonna do my HOC.
Oh man, so
Major
you're gonna be
introduction.
preparing for your concert
And then
at the same
preparing
time as
students.
teaching Shinjin show, and probably
Yeah, well, okay, helpers, right? Like Brianne can come teach one day, and Chris,
Oh.
and Cassie.
you want your
But
little
I'm gonna
birds.
do it like it's gonna be a journey. So it's gonna go from like the old Koten to the newer Koten, and then the last part's gonna be a lot more livelier. But it's gonna share some of the what you heard today too, like some of the history and stuff like that, or my history, because I never. Plenty of my students don't even know that's why, because we had like even me, I had like how many generations of students. I've been doing this 33 years now, so like I just take it for granted or whatever, right? Like I don't want to talk about myself all the time, but like they said, no, you should retell that story and say how it started and everything, and can go in more into depth, right? So yeah, hope to do some of that.
So exciting. We can't wait. And I'm sure all our viewers can't wait for the concert and just everything that you're going to be sharing and helping to elevate Sanshin here in Hawaii. So I know everyone's waiting to see if you're going to play another song for us.
Sure was. Thanks, John. But yeah, we're gonna have dance too. So I even have everybody who's dancing. Oh, Shihang level, yeah. For this one especially, and I think even all the and everybody else who's performing is from our group as well too, from Choichikai. So that's kind of special too, for me. So all the like Koto, Sanshin, Taiko, everybody's from our group all played Sanshin too. So the last number, something upbeat, right? So we'll do and even the dance going to be like classical dance, Mise Udui, going to have So Udui, and then going to have Sosaku Buyo too. So we're going to have, and it's going to be also progressing from the older stuff to the newer stuff. And this song, just a fun song, Tanchame. But the thing I want to share about Tanchame is what I heard from this professor from Ryudai, because he came to Hawaii, he was sharing about his book and all kinds of stuff. But the thing I thought was interesting was I was taught, they all say tancha musha musha deanga soy soy, right? The heishi. And they talk about when you go to tancha, right? So it's in front of tancha, right?
Fish,
Tancha me.
right?
The fish gets so much fish that the thing making all this noise, whatever. And hard to imagine that, right? Like, then why would you need a boat to ride in and to just catch the fish? Okay. And if you ever been on low tide in that area, you can walk almost half a mile out before you get to the water, yeah? And then when the tide comes in, then, you can see the nice whatever and the coral structures and things like that. But he said something interesting that I think makes sense. He said he doesn't think somebody from Tancha made this song. It's somebody who came to visit Tancha. So I can totally picture that. So somebody who came to see all this fish, right? Like so many fish. So his description of it makes more sense, right? Like somebody who's visiting who never saw anything like this, got so many fish that they're banging next to each other, musha, 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 like that, and then the stuff is like, oh, and the other story they always say is like, the men get the fish and then they sell them to their wife, right? And then wife give them kozukai, right? They go drink all that kind of stuff, and then she go take them to the market and go sell the fish for the family. Make the money for the family. Yeah. But panchame, I'll just do the first one, panchame. I always like that. That's like an interesting thing, a neat thing, and it's a fun song, right?
Yay! Okay, well, we just wanted to make sure to leave our viewers with some reminders, of course, of this Doku-enkai that's going to take place on July 9th this year, of course. Pearl City Cultural Center. There's so many places to access tickets, but I think the easiest is to go to the HUOA website and look at our events page where you're able to buy tickets there, but also the Afuso website as well. And so, as we mentioned before, if you previously purchased tickets, we will be honoring those tickets if you purchased it, in years prior. So, just look forward to having everybody on stage again. We'd like to bring back Kenton Sensei for a last goodbye.
Oh,
Hey!
Thank you so much, and please come to the concert. I hope you'll be totally entertained. And what do I want you to remember besides all the fun stuff? Is to remember to be. July 9th.
July 9th.
You're gonna have a kid, or are you having a concert?
8 minutes on.
I think this is like worse than having a kid. It's not like 9 months of carrying. He's been like waiting over 2 years to put on this concert.
Oh man.
But yes, really, Kenton Sensei, we really appreciate you coming on the show tonight to share your journey, but also to like get everyone excited. This is I don't know if everyone realizes this is like the first in-person live Geino concert in our Okinawan community since COVID. We've been lucky to have a number of virtual concerts. Like just a few weeks ago, right? Senjukai was able to do a virtual performance on Mother's Day, but But Kenton Sensei's Doku-enkai is really going to be the first live in-person concert that we've had in years. And I know everyone's just itching to be in person and see a show live. So please save the date, July 9th. Tickets are $50. Available online. For those of you watching that, if you have difficulty accessing the online, please just contact any of our Afuso members or email us, and we'll figure out a way to get tickets to you.
よろしくお願いします。
So with that, just, save the date, July 9th. And thank you all for joining us tonight for another episode 61. And Kenton, thank you for coming back as a returning guest 60 episodes later. 2 years later. Bree, thank you for joining us as our co-host. Yes. Oh, yes. So if you have questions, also feel free to call HUOA. Thank you, John. The office staff is always willing to help pass on information. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for our next Yuntaku Live episode. Night.